Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Gonna back up here, hold on. Get where you can see me and see what we're doing here. All right, so we're back. In a very interesting place for y'all. We're at my house in Zephyr Hills, and next to me, this guy here is our 1965 Chevelle, 1965 Chevy Malibu Chevelle SS, so 65 Chevelle SS. Now, I've done walk-arounds of this car and whatnot with you guys. We have pushed it out. If you haven't seen, we pushed this out here so that I can paint my carport here in the next week. But doing that gave us an ability to actually get around this car. And the one thing we have not done is clean out the car. So the car has, I literally bought it. It was delivered right here. We rolled it into there. That's all we've done to it. So, and set the doghouse on it. That's it. So, with that, we need to take that shop vac you see back there and get into this guy and really figure out what we're keeping. I got a box on the car. We're gonna figure out all the parts we're gonna keep. There's a back seat in there. There's some trim, brake lines, emblems, all kinds of stuff on the floor. Anything and everything that's been in this car ever is still in this car. So we're gonna take all of it out. In the trunk, there's a transmission mount and so on and so forth. So we're gonna get all that out. We're gonna get it laying out to the back here in the carport, kind of go through it, see what we got, clean everything up. And then from there, we're gonna try to install the front bucket seats that I have. Now, they're not the best bucket seats, but they are bucket seats, and they are, from what I understand, for a 65 Chevelle SS. So, let's get into it. So, yeah, this isn't true SS. It is a 65. It has an El Camino front clip on it, which we're gonna be keeping on there. So, I came with that. The hood's in really good shape. Fenders are decent. I just got to put bottoms on them, which isn't a big deal. They're like 50 bucks a patch panel. And yeah, and I think you guys will see me taking these parts off of this car over the next month and taking them to my dad's, to the shop, and installing the patch panels, taking this to bare metal and epoxy priming. We'll metal condition and epoxy prime these, basically because I don't want them to rust away, because a fender for this car is very expensive. It's 550 bucks for a fender each. So we don't want to buy fenders since we've already bought fenders that came with it. So, and if you think about it, the money I paid for this car, I paid 1,200 bucks for this car with a clear title. Now, scooch over a little more. So you guys can actually see I'm sitting on a 5-gallon Lowe's bucket. So if I was just to buy 2 front fenders, right, we would basically be right in the world of what I paid for the car. So we don't want to do that. So without further ado, let's get into this thing a little bit. So let me, I'm going to take you off of here. I'm going to walk you over here and show you what we've got. Hold on. Give a little walk around of the car here. Okay. 65 Chevelle SS. So this is a Malibu SS, so the emblems on the back will say Malibu SS, but it's actually a Chevelle. It's also a Malibu, it's both. Like I said, El Camino front clip. We got a lot of parts for this at my dad's house. I have these new, where this is dented in, so that'll help. I got a lot of parts for the back of this. I have a new deck lid. I've also got some of these pieces here. Some of them are actually in the car. You can see them there. Parts of the trunk and this and the other. So I have some of this stuff, and we're gonna get all of this junk out of here. So our goal today is to get in to this shit and literally clean it up. We've got a lot. There's a lot to go through here, but we're gonna sit here together. I'm gonna set the camera up in a way where you can see me, and we're gonna get all this sorted. You can see the original emblem, Malibu SS, kind of cool. So basically, Maybe it's on the side. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, Malibu SS emblem should go right there at some point, but stuff like that, right? So we got but inside of this is you a lot of different cars as they do these things and go through them. There's treasures, so we're not sure exactly what's in here. So we're gonna figure that out. And I see now how the seats mount in here, 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 and one that's broken off right here. So I'm gonna set you guys up and we're gonna dig into this and see what we can do. Now, we know we gotta put floors in it. We know we got some stuff. I'll be getting this back seat pulled out. You'll be able to see that. And we'll kind of just go through this step by step. We also need to get in this trunk here, which is scary at best, and try to get it to stay. Nope. Long story short, we got to get all this stuff out of here, get it cleaned up, and actually see what we've got, right? So, oh, there it goes. It's staying. That'll work. So again, this is another patch panel for back here, some of these things. So we're going to be going through this, figuring all this out right now. I got the shop vac hooked up and we're just going to start going. Now, in the back of the car here, I'll show you the seats that are going to go in it. I've got buckets. They're not great, but I've got bucket seats for this car that came with it. So we need to figure that out and somehow try to get those bolted into the car. I did bring some bolts and some stuff to try to do that. So let's get you guys set up here in a manner where we can actually do this. Let's go to war. Let me get you set up here, guys. All right. Let's see what works here. Okay, so here we go. So basically what we got, I got a box here for any of the goodies that we find inside of this thing. We're gonna start taking them out. Malibu SS emblem is going to be the first thing. We want to save that. You guys see me here? All right. Now here's the deal. I don't know everything about this car, and I don't know exactly what I need and don't need. So anything like this bracket with the spring, no idea what it goes to, but I'm going to keep it. So there's that. Can't think of a reason to keep this. Let's get that out of there. Those clamps, some bracketry. That's important. Not sure what this is, but we're gonna throw it away. I don't think we need that. All right, so our first big treasure here is gonna be this guy right here. Now this, kind of thing, right? So we're gonna get this out of the way back here. It's definitely not something we're going to be using. Now, for my next trick, I'm going to try to get this seat bottom out of here and see where that goes. Not too terrible. This is the the part that most people don't show. This is the seat bottom. Okay. This opens up a window here. Alright. Here we go. Brake line. Now this brake line says 65 Chevelle Malibu hardtop front to rear brake line. We'll keep that around. Another one in here too. Got another Malibu SS emblem. I wonder if this one fits better. Hold on, let's see. Nope. All right, we'll set that in the box. We'll set this back behind us here. What other goodies have we got in here? What am I going to stick my hands in? The left front brake line. What else have we got here? Look at that. This is the back panel that gives me my trunk channel that I need. So that's pretty exciting. So we got that going for us. What else? Oh. All right, we got the other side. So we got the other trunk channel here, which is exciting. Gotta tell my dog to shut up. Alright, what else we got? This panel here, right? This, I believe, is that this? Wouldn't be up here. I'm trying to figure out where this goes. This is the back, yeah. Okay, this is the back channel, part of it, for the back window that's rotted out, okay? Which is absolutely fucking incredible that I have this in my hands right now. So we need to keep this now that I know I have it. Some of this stuff, you know, they sell everything, right? But some of it is incredibly hard. Front rooftop. This is the whole front roof lip. that's a lot to work with there. That's very important because we have a little rod on ours, which we're going to use this to go through. So stay tuned for that. How you doing, buddy? Good. You can just sit on the chair there. Thank you. Okay. Another brake line. 8-cylinder right front brake line. 65 Chevelle SS. Keep that. Looks like somebody bought a brake line kit for this car. Okay. For my next trick, a lot of this is gross. I don't see anything that's gonna kill me though. That's good. It's got the majority of the factory insulation still in it. For the roof there. All right, hold on. Let's get you guys in here a little closer. You can see what else going on. All right, get you in here. So what I did here is, so far, get this to where it doesn't move. This is where we're at. Still got a bunch of crap. I got the back of the back seat back here that I got to deal with still. But what I'm doing right now is up here, it had that insulation. I'm just pulling that out the best I can. The roof support beams are good. We've got the wiring here, which I would imagine is for the dome light. I imagine there's a dome light up there somewhere. What else we got? We've got another brake line. Standard drum master cylinder line. Throw that in the box. Let's see what else we got here. Brake hardware. It's absolutely destroyed. Nice. Okay. Again, this is the first time I've ever gone through this car. So you're seeing this for the first time just as I am, right? And kind of going through it a little bit. Yeah. So you guys know how this works. It's got to get better, or it's got to get worse before it gets better, right? So gonna probably drag the garbage can over here, get all the big stuff out, and then get in here with a shop vac and start going to war. I know this sounds a little weird, but I'm super excited about this build. So it's got that trim there still. Good to know. All right, let me grab the garbage can here, and we'll start grabbing some of this junk out of here and see where we get. Brake hardware shit. Need a tetanus shot before this is over, but you know. What could go wrong? Tell you what. Why not? Most of that out with that. I'm gonna climb across here and see if I can't get this other door to open. I think it's just locked. I think I'm gonna pull the lock and see if I can't open it so I can access this side and do the same thing, and then we'll shop back this whole deal. We'll get the back seat out of it and start to see what our floor looks like. And then what I want to do, once I get all this clean today while we're here, I want to put the back seat back in, and then I want to put the 2 bucket seats that I have, I want to install them as best I can with what I have here. And then from there, we'll go from there. So you guys watching, it's a 1965 Chevelle SS. Basically a $1,200 car I got here in Florida at a swap meet, and I've had it for a little over a year. And this is the first time I've actually done anything with it. I just got it and parked it, kind of like the Vice Grip guy, right? He's got 1,000 cars and he eventually gets to them. That's where we're at. So what I'm doing is cleaning all the crap out of it. We're gonna shop back it, get the seats back in it, figure out what we have, because there's been a bunch of stuff in this car, and then kind of go from there. So don't go nowhere. I'm gonna try to get this door open without getting hurt. Or falling to the floor. Now we're cooking. We got the other door open. Bring you guys in here. You can see what's up. I'm gonna go around to the other side and we'll keep going here. Hold on. Picking up all the big shit I just took out of here. Okay. All right, guys. Strap.
Is this 39039?
Yes, Matt. Little Caesars.
Little Caesars?
All right. Hold on, guys. Some pizzas here. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
We're starving. Man, shut up. Hey, Ellie. You have a box up.
Not heavy. It's my overalls.
There you go. You're in the game.
Let's go.
All right, guys, I'm back. Had to hand off the pizza. Okay. So, here we go. Let's see what else we have in this car. Looks like we got a wheel cylinder. Garbage. Part of the AC, we're going to keep that. All these hard rubber pieces we're going to get rid of. I'm just trying to get anything up that I think the shop vac will struggle with. Get it out of here so that we can shop vac this. It should look really good really quick. Another strap. Body something maybe? Part of a spring, keep that. Seal, we won't need that. Okay, I'm gonna drag the shop back over here, boys, and we'll start sucking all this out so we get to where we can at least get to doing the cool stuff. But so far, what we found is a bunch of brake lines, basically a whole brake line kit. Malibu SS emblems, the original emblems. Bunch of bracketry and stuff. I think this holds the steering column up. Some bolts, a hose clamp, the pin for the brake pedal, and yeah, so far so good. So, oh, and we also have a back seat. We have a visor. That's nice. We have a back seat, which is rough. We have a bunch of metal repair panels for the back of this car, which I'll go over here in a little bit, and we'll just kind of keep going down a direction here. We're gonna work our way in. I want to be able to see the floor so I don't fall through it, because I know I need to put floors on it. It's got gouged here, it's rotted here, it's got its problems. So let me grab the shop vac, guys. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. If you got your, might want to turn your sound down, guys, okay? Here we go. Okay. Well, what do you think, guys? There's the interior at the moment. Definitely needs a full floor. That is without a doubt a thing, and that's okay. Anticipated that. Totally all right with that. You know, there's a lot of work here, but it's not crazy. We can definitely do it. So now let's kind of flip you guys around here, see what's up. All right, so there's our interior, vacuumed out, first time ever. Pretty much filled the shop back. So the next step in this is getting into this trunk, right? I'm gonna have to get in here, and you guys see it's a little scary, to say the least. Stay. Hold on. Got a board, maybe I can wedge up in here or something. There we go. At least something to try to keep it from killing me. I don't know if that's even gonna do anything. All right, so what we gotta do now, we got a bunch of shit in the trunk we gotta get out of here. So transmission mount, patch panel, these are the support bars for the trunk. They make it go up and down, all of that. So I'm gonna get that out, show you guys what we got over here. So we got one of the strips down the side, the back seat bottom, some of the brake lines. Somebody bought a new brake line kit. This is some of the repair panels we need for the trunk. This is the repair panel for the back window. This is the repair panel for the front window, which is fantastic because we need that. So far, you know, so good. Not too terrible. We made a damn mess. I got a flat tire. But for those of you wondering what we're even doing here, 65 Chevelle SS, kind of cool. This is pretty slick car. So I'm gonna set you guys back up on the tripod, and I'm gonna get this stuff out of the trunk, and then we'll shop back the trunk just like we did the other. We'll kind of look for any treasures in here. I don't really see anything offhand. And then we'll get this cleaned out so we can actually see it. And then we can figure out what in the hell is going on with this trunk. I know the hinge, if you look here where the actual hinge is there, it came off of there. And that's why this is all dropping. It should look like that. Spot weld's broke and now it's flopping down. So I need to get that back up and so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing. You guys wonder how these things start. This is how they start. You buy them, you bring them home. It's like doing a house. You take them apart and kind of demo day, get it down to the bones, and then you start going to war. So great news about this car though. The frame's really good. The body might be absolute shit, but the frame's good, which is great for us. The front end's pretty good, which is good for us. There's just a lot of sheet metal work to do here. Not terrible, but there's some stuff. And like I was saying, I think I'm going to take some of this stuff off and use my Bauer on it, get it down to bare metal, and then kind of go from there. But I'm going to set you up here. Hold on. In a position where you can actually see what we're doing. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. If you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. This is one of many project cars we have. All right. We're also building a 58 Chevy Apache, which is what most of you know us for. Also did a 73 Volkswagen thing. All right, here's one of the pat panels. Trunk floor pan with brace, left hand, weld in. That's one of our goodies. Put that over here with the rest of our crap. This is the transmission mount for this car. Nice beefy tranny cross member. Set that out of the way. Odds are we will not be using that though, because we're going to put an LS in this with a 6-speed manual. So that should be interesting. All right, what else we got in here? More shit. This is that trunk bracing. This is what is broken off right here on the inside. So we got to replace it with this. I'll set that over here. It's a push rod. Okay. Sure. Drill bit. Okay. All right. We're going to keep this. Just a little clip, not sure what, but we keep anything and everything that actually matters on these. Grab our shop vac here. see what we can do here, guys. It's almost like therapy. A lot in here. terrible. That had a whole lot more than I thought it would in there. But I'll be honest, just from here, this section of floor here looks good. It's down here in the flat. It looks like it needs some love. And that's okay. We figured that. Wind's picking up. Thought it was about to start raining. That's bullshit. All right, so here's where we're at. The car. What's up, Ghosty? This is our 65 Chevelle Malibu SS. And it's a lot of work. So, we're doing the first clean out of it. I've got the bucket seats to put in the front just to see what that even looks like, because I've never seen it with it. I got a bunch of parts in here that are going to go back in the trunk here that I'm going to try to keep out of the front of the car. And yeah. It's just metal, guys. If you look at it and go, oh my God, just remember, it's just metal. You cut this out, you take your new one, set it right in, weld it in, seam seal it, you're done. Life is good. Now that sounded really easy. It's not, but it's doable. So here's where we're at. Let me get you guys here. Ghosty, check this out. Hold on. Okay. Here's where we're at. She's a fighter for sure, but definitely fixable. Gonna put full one-piece floor in it, trunk floor, quarters, probably a roof, skin. I got a good deck lid, new Dutchman, new speaker panel, and any other thing it needs. The rockers I think are pretty decent. I think if I hit those with the Bauer, I think I'll be all right there. Shut the door so you can see this. So, not too shabby. I do have the original, this is an SS. It's a bright red, a factory car was bright red with a bright red interior, bucket seats, 283 with a 2-speed power glide, power steering car, air conditioning car, with intermittent wipers and all that kind of stuff. So not bad. We're gonna save her. Got a lot of parts for this, but also have bucket seats. So we're gonna figure out how to get these guys sitting in there here in a second. So we'll get those in. I got some nuts and bolts with me. I don't have a lot here. This is my house in Zephyr Hills that I'm working on. So this is the reason you guys have not seen me, because I've been right here working on this damn house every day for weeks. But this is kind of what we got. She's not horrible. Well, she's horrible, but she's not unfixable. Let's go with that. I'm actually really liking. Nice, I just made more of a mess. I don't want to shut that all the way yet because it'll lock on me, but I think what I'm going to do with this car starting probably this week is I'm going to start taking like the fenders off and the hood off, take them over to my dad's, over to the shop where you guys know where I'm about, if you guys watch this at all. And I'm going to take them down to bare metal and put the patch panel on the bottom of the fender there and get these in epoxy primer and get that hood down into a bare metal and metal conditioned and epoxy, because if you guys know anything about these things, they are hard to find parts, and a good hood is a really hard thing to find, and we don't want that one to rot away. And then I can bring them back over and put them back on once they're epoxy white, but that's kind of the idea here. So yeah, I got a flat tire. See, basically what happened, guys, is I got this car. It did not have a doghouse on it, right? No fenders, no hood, none of that was on here, no grill. Guy brought it over, we shoved it right into my carport, and then about a week later, he brought the whole front end over. We didn't realize he had that or even came with the car. He just brought it. I'm like, holy shit. So we just set it on. It was a complete doghouse that we just picked up and set it down. And here's it. And with a whole bunch of other pieces. I got the back glass. I got a good deck lid. I've got this piece here new old stock chrome. I've also got these new old stock. Also have the new Malibu SS emblems on the back, new old stock, that go right here in the quarters. And a bunch of other shit. Look at all the stuff that came out of here. So this is another set of the crossbars for the trunk with the trunk hinges. Some brake lines, won't use them, but I have some brake lines that came with it. Back seat bottom. One of the sill plates for the rocker. These two pieces, which would be for your trunk. If you look at this direction, I just got them sitting here wrong. That's where your taillights go, right? So I've got that. So now I could repair my trunk channel if I needed to. This is the piece that goes up and around the back window. So that's the upper lip for where it meets the roof and down the side. And then this panel here is the front lip of the roof if I needed it. One of the trunk patch panels, transmission mount, all of this was in the car. But now, at least, if nothing else, had a bunch of stuff. Everybody likes the treasures you find in these things. The Malibu SS emblems, kind of cool. Some other random nuts and bolts and stuff, but you know, kind of cool. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set you guys up where you can watch me struggle to put bucket seats in here, because why not? That's where we're at. So I'm going to set up the camera here, and we'll start trying to put these bucket seats I have. They are not great. They are in about the same condition as the seats I took out of it, honestly, maybe a hair better. But it would be interesting to see it with some seats in it. So actually, I'm going to start with the back bottom, get that in here so it looks like it has a back seat, and hit this with a shop vac one more time because it knocked all that weather stripping off, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to set you up here. Actually, guys, I am being summoned at the moment. I'm going to end this here. I'll be back in a little bit. I will have another video for you guys. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. I got to go run and do something real quick I didn't even realize I had to do. And I will be back, and we'll put some seats in this thing. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all of you. And we will be back in a little bit.